people in Mississippi, having grown up?
You know what? Growing up in the Northeast, I mean, it is. I mean, I am so happy to be raising my family there. The family values of the people of Mississippi are unbelievable. I know my wife and I, it's the best place we've ever lived in Starkville. Because the sense of community that's there, the family values, how people are raised, is just it's unbelievable. And so, I mean, it's the favorite place we've ever lived, and I'm happy to be raising my kids there. I'm just grateful everybody in Mississippi has embraced me, or at least half the state anyway, has embraced me. And my family with open arms. Both of my kids are born in Starkville, and my wife and I, and so it is such a great sense of community, great people right there to be around all the time, and we love it there. We love it there. It's a great place. So,
we got a question all the way in the back on the risers.
Coach, you got a lot of veteran defensive coaches on the other side of the ball. What made you decide to go with a first-year guy like Deshae Townsend to call plays on the defense for this bowl game?
You know what? I think Deshae, you're going to see Deshae's going to be a great up-and-coming young coach. He's going to be a coordinator within the next couple of years. And if not a head coach one day. And, so you see that opportunity that he has. I think also was the easiest transition for us. On that side of the ball, to have him be the one calling the plays for us. So it just kind of worked out that way for us, that was going to be the easiest thing for us to do within the program. And, my first game where I was completely responsible for calling all the plays was the 2004 Fiesta Bowl at the University of Utah. And hopefully, I had some success that day, so hopefully Deshae kind of has success, and maybe it'll lead him into the future, I guess, that I've been able to have.
Right, second round.
Coach, earlier you talked about all the milestones, AP number one, some of the wins you've had, but for you looking back, what would you say has been the most rewarding part of this season? Something that when you look back at it 5 years from now or 40 years from now, you can say, this is what stood out for me.
It sounds weird. I would guess our team GPA being a 2.76, which shattered the all-time school record, and having all but two of our seniors, the two that did not redshirt, and both have one online class to take this spring graduating. That to me is the most rewarding thing, because within our program we're trying to build young men to be champions, not just champions on the field, to be champions in life. And I know our guys, we're always going to get everything they're going to give out in football. They love football. We want guys that love football in our program. They love it. So I don't always worry about that. I want them to understand, though, there's more to life than that, and the foundation that they've built for them to become successful for the rest of their lives is the thing that I'm most proud of.
I brought up the signing day class of 10 and 11 before, and when you look, obviously, you have optimism of every signing day class, but when did you know that they would be special? Not that they could be special, but that they actually were special players.
Well, it's hard to say. You know what? I mean, my wife usually gets it judged. We have like a freshman pool party at my house in the middle of July when they're all really homesick and, they've been running sprints and sad and miserable. And we have them all over and have a big pool party at the house. And you can kind of tell the personalities of the guys and how they're going to fit and how they're going to do. And so, you look at these guys that are here, we thought that's her guess, so she'd tell you that's when I knew. But I just think you just saw it with the development of those guys. We're not always perfect in our recruiting. There's some of the guys in those classes that haven't panned out maybe the way other people have seen, and a lot have, though. But I think you just saw it in their development, in the unselfish play. The guys that are seniors this year, they were recruited after we finished 15th in the country and won the Gator Bowl. That was their signing class. The fifth-year seniors, that was their year. They were redshirting. So, everybody in our program, that's what they know. That's what the standard is. They expect to go to bowl games. They expect to do this, and they wanted to take it to another whole level before they left, which I think they have.
We've got another question all the way in the back.
What do you think the impact of this game will be Wednesday night on how this team is perceived, whether it's going to be an 11-win team with a chance of cracking the top 5 or a team that got 10 wins but lost 3 of their last 4?
I don't know. I mean, I don't deal in perception. I deal in reality. So you guys can perceive this team however you see fit, because you guys are the ones that deal in all the perceptions. So we'll either be 11-2 or we'll be 10-3. So I mean, we still would have the highest GPA in school history. We still have every one of our seniors graduating. We still set a lot of school records and a new standard within the program. That's our reality, and you know what? The next day I'm going to wake up after the game and try to make sure our 2015 team has a higher GPA, has even more college graduates, and has an even better record next year. That's my reality. You guys can perceive us how you see fit.
Any other questions? Back here in the front.
Dan, in terms of the way Georgia Tech plays, is there a bigger down in this game than third down? I know third down's always big.
Well, third down's huge. To me, it's first down is the down when you're going to play Georgia Tech, because they're the most successful third down team in the country. They're the most successful third down team in the country because they have a lot of third down and shorts. Because they do a great job of putting themselves in third down and short situations where they have their whole offense open. Now, I mean, when you do look at their success on third down, I think their quarterback has a lot to do with that. Some third and long, extending and making some plays, even outside of the framework of their offense. But I think if you're going to see teams that have success against Georgia Tech, you're going to see teams that are very successful on first down defense.
The reason I asked the question was, they possess the ball so much you can't get them off the field.
Yeah,
that's why I think first or third down, whichever you choose.
I think it's huge, but you know what? They're going to go for it on fourth down too. So you have to know your situation. Because third down to them, they basically they get 2 second downs. So you got to be successful on first down. Because it gets them out of their flow. If you get them in second down and 10, or you get them in any second down and 10 plus situation, their 3 yards of play is not going to work anymore at that point. They're second and 10, fourth down, and they're not going to get it. So, anytime I think when you're playing them where they're in a situation to get 3 yards, that's the situation they want to be in. And when you can prevent them from getting 3 yards on a given play, you got a good chance of getting off the field.
Over here on the left, 3 rows back.
You mentioned the movies. I'm curious what you're showing tonight.
I didn't find out. John Clark hasn't told me yet what the movie is tonight. I think the Louisville, Georgia game's on tonight, so that'll be on in one room. The O-line usually has a pretty mean game of Monopoly going. The game of life one week, and there'll be a lot of dominoes, and they play some cards and all that stuff that you get in there that the guys, but everybody gets into their routine. Some go to the movie. He didn't let me know what tonight's movie is going to be. Usually it's some sort of action-filled movie, so whatever new release on DVD that's action-filled, it'll be there. Like an Avengers or something like that.
Anything else? All right, Coach Mullen, thank you so much.
Thank you
Good luck
so
tomorrow
much.
night.